Hey guys, Rocky Stoutenburgh here, and we're going to show you how to use the Quadstick Manager program. All you have to do is click on the Quadstick program and it should load up. It'll load up like this with voice control as the tab up top. I don't ever really mess with voice control, but I know there is some voice software you can add to it. The second tab is the joystick. This here is going to be for how much you move the Quadstick left, right, up, down. So this is what mine's always set at. I never really messed with that much, but you can lower it any way you want, and the lower you set it, the faster it is before it becomes max. So if you go right halfway, it's only half power. If you go all the way, it's full power. But if you slide the sliders all the way down to the beginning, then if you just move it a little bit, it'll be full power. So it's an easy way to make the Quadstick less movable if you have a sore neck or you can't move a certain direction rather than the other. And then the centerpiece is for the dead zone, for how much you move until the Quadstick activates. So you just kind of want to keep it in the center, and then you move it a little bit, and if the Quadstick moves, then it's good. But if you have to move the Quadstick a lot before the mouse moves, then you know you got to up the dead zone in the middle. Or you could just copy, what mine is, and then you'll probably be good. The next tab is the D-pad. So the D-pad is, you see there's a left and the right one. It's for the outer ring. So what we got right here is the D-pad. I don't really mess with anything on the D-pad, but it's the percentage of the joystick deflection. It's the percent. What we got here is the D-pad, and it's the percentage of joystick. Oh my God. What we got right here is the D-pad tab, and this is for when you're using the D-pad in the games. It's not that really much of a big deal to mess with this. It probably will come perfectly fine how it is. So I wouldn't really mess with it or, try to get involved in any of that. The next thing is the sip and puff. So this is for how much pressure you want to go for the sipping or the puffing to activate. These are what mine are set at, but you can up it to where you have to sip really hard for it to go off. You can lower it to where you barely even touch it and it'll go off. And this is for sipping and puffing. And then there's a one for the light sip too, for for how long it is before it'll go off. So let's say mine has a delay, and then it'll have a long delay for the long sip and for the quick sip. So these actually come pretty almost set where they need to be anyways. So I wouldn't really mess with them either. This is for the lip position. So this is for the lip trigger at the bottom, and then you just basically set it. It'll come good too, but if you want to set it to where you press it a little bit and it'll go off, or you want to set it to where you have to press really far and deep before it goes off. So then that's how you use these two sliders to adjust that. But once again, it should be good. This is miscellaneous. This is for mouse speed. If you think your mouse is not moving fast enough, you can up it in the settings, or you can up it here in the Quadstick. You just up it, lower it to however you want. This is the LED brightness for on the little buttons that are right in front of your face. You can lower them. I lower mine all the way down. This is the speaker for the beeping noise that you hear when you are pressing on stuff. You can lower these all the way down too. Or you can have them really high if you want to hear them. It's up to you. All these side buttons here all do certain things or special things, but I would either copy mine or just leave them the way they come, because they're usually already set to where everything needs to be set. And then this tab right here is your response curve for your mouse: linear, mixed, parabolic. I'm on linear, but I know other people use other ones, but I really don't think it'd be that. It's not that something you need to look into right away when you first start using a Quadstick. But if you want to look into FPS games and research the difference between them, then that's where you would look up that. This is really the only important thing, is the profiles. These are all my game profiles. These are all the ones I've made recently. These are all the ones that come with the Quadstick that you can use, and you can search for other game profiles if you don't know how to make your own. And then all you do to get a profile is you gotta have Google Sheets open for the profile, or you gotta have the link, and then you just click just like that. You drag it into the game list, and then you click on that. Once it pops up, you click on it, you drag it over like that, and then it'll drop into your Quadstick, and then you actually have then the game is in your quad stick and loaded in, and then you should be good to go. All these other games, you can click on them, drag them in over here, or drag them in, and they'll load up into your game if you just drag them over there. These are all Quadstick.com's pre-made Quadstick profiles, and this is all the custom ones that you've put in, and this is the ones that are in the Quadstick at the moment. And if you have one in there and you want to adjust the Google Sheet, all you do is double click on it. So here's Apex, double click it, and then you just change whatever you want to have changed, and then it should save. Make sure it saves, you know, wait a few seconds and close out. And then if you reset the quad stick, so if you hold hard sip on the right for all quad sticks, hard sip on the right, and then it'll make a beeping noise, and then you switch through your profiles like that. You'll just see the lights blinking and you switch through. So it says number 1's default configuration. So the first light I see and it's blinking, if I move over, that's number 2, number 3, number 4, and it'll keep going through. And then that's how you find out which quad stick profile is which. And then for most games, you'll be able to